Yo, howdy guys. So welcome back to another round of AFL Best Bets. This is round 18. I'm recording on a Saturday morning. I do apologize for our lateness for this round. Had a bit of a tech error, but it's all rectified now. So let's get straight into our recap of last round. 17. So it was a good round. I mean, we did go 7 and 4, plus 1.76 units. We hit 2-2 on our YouTube best bets, 5-2 on Twitter. Profitable on both, but listen, I think it was a round of missed opportunities, to be honest. So we had 4 losses for the round, but to be truthful, I think 3 of those 4 we had every chance of winning, but we didn't get home in the end for one reason or another. So firstly, Noah Anderson, 25 disposals, Tom Lynch, anytime goal scorer. So Tom Lynch gets injured minutes into the game, gets subbed off. So that bet was pretty much dead minutes into the game. Just to add salt into the wound as well, Noah Anderson plays the game of his life, 26-27 touches, kicks the game winner after the siren, after the fourth quarter comeback from the Suns. So just to make things a bit more stressful for us, uh, he plays an excellent game. Doesn't matter. Next one, Matty Crouch, 25 disposals, covered that pretty easily, and we were on the 142.5 over. Unfortunately, finishes on 140, down by a couple of points there. So we had every chance at that one, less than a goal in it. And the other one that was pretty tilting was Christian Salem, 20 disposals, under 176.5. So this one easily under the total for this one. Christian Salem, now he had 17 at 3/4 time, only needed 3 touches for the final quarter. Went the whole quarter without a single touch, might have had 1 kick in for the quarter, and we end up losing that one, which I think we really should have won that one. So a bit of bad luck there as well, but uh, can't do much about that. The only one that I think that we didn't really have a chance to win the whole way through was the Gresham one. But props to us, we did pull Jade Gresham with a win last night on the Friday night game. So bit of a revenge play there, and we got up with that one. So bring up the graph, everything's looking pretty good as well. So we're 41.8 units up for the year at 23% ROI. So everything's looking great. So hopefully we can have another big round here for round 18. All right, so first game we're going with Saturday Arvo, North Melbourne versus Richmond Tigers in that early game. So we're taking Trent Cotchin, 20 plus disposals, and Richmond to win the race to 80 points for this one. You can get this at 175 at play up at the time of recording. So Trent's coming back from an injury. He's been out for a few weeks, but he has covered this in his last 8 out of 10 before going down with injury against the Blues there. So he has been in great form. Even though he's getting on in his years by AFL standards, he has been playing well, so that's great to see. And the reason why I like this is he does have a great record against North Melbourne. So even in his recent history, you can see down there, he's had 23, 23, 37, 32, 34. So he has destroyed them pretty much on each occasion that he's played them. So you can see there, he's had 20 plus against North in his last 12 out of 13 games. So all likelihood he's going to play well again. He just likes eating them up, and I like this because he's getting his time in the middle as well. So bringing up his CBAs for this year, he's actually leading the Tigers here for their centre bounce attendances for this year. So you can see even on his low games, he's getting 60% plus time in the middle, and I don't expect that to change today. I mean, Dusty's out for this one as well, so they're going to need a bit of extraction from the middle, so someone to help Dion Prestia out with that one. And North do give up a lot of disposals against to the opposition in the AFL, so I think there's a great opportunity that he will get 20 disposals in this one. And the second leg of this one, so Richmond race to 80. So look, North don't kick big scores. So prior to the 81 points they scored on the Pies last week, they'd missed 80 points 19 games in a row. So they hadn't scored 80 points since round 19, all the way back in round 19 last year. So if we look at this total, really there's only one team that's gonna or likely going to hit it, and that's the Tigers. So their points line for this match is 110.5, and all we need from them is to get 80 points. So they can underachieve this by 30 points, and we'd still have a chance to get there. So there's a bit of room for error for that one, which is why I like this play. On to pick number 2, and we're going with Melbourne versus Port Adelaide. Christian Salem, 20 disposals and taking the out total under 181.5. Now you can pick this up at 186 on Ladbrokes with the boost. Now, okay, I know what you're thinking. Saying he just destroyed us last week, played a piss poor final quarter. Why are you on him again? Now, okay, all that's true, granted, but hear me out. So Christian Salem, he did do us dirty last week, but again, he's covered this quite often in recent times, covering in 15 of his past 18 games. People are down on him after last week, and I fully understand that, but I think for that reason, we're getting a bit of value with this one in his line here. So he has covered in 15 of his past 18 games, and he does have an excellent record against Port. So look at his 3 most recent games against them. He's gone 26, 22, and 32. Even that 22 disposal game was in 2020, so that's the equivalent to 27.5 if it was played at regular quarters. So 26, 27.5, and 32 against Port, which is pretty good considering they are pretty great generally against defenders. So he does like playing them, and he rarely misses in consecutive games. So just going back through his track record, the last time he missed consecutive games and under 20 disposals was at round 10 and round 11 last year. So he's only done that once in 2 years and twice in 3 years. So he doesn't generally play poorly 2 games in a row, and he'll probably want to prove something after he had a shocking last quarter last week. So expect him to come out with a bit of a fire in his belly for this one. And I also like it because he does have a phenomenal record at this ground. So at TIO, he's had 21, 26, and 28. And again, that 21 disposal effort was in 2020, and that's equivalent to 26.25 disposals. So he's had 25 plus disposals at this ground on each occasion, flawless record. So I think there's every chance that he can play well at this venue again. And the second leg of this one, I like the out total under 181.5. So every D's game this year has gone under this total, and they've only conceded or taken part in a game over this just twice in the past 3 years. And both sides are pretty great defensively, so they're both top 5 in the AFL for points conceded. So D's are number 1, fewest points, and 4th are the Power. So we do expect this one to be a contested and tight defensive game. So I think that the under 181.5, it should hit unless something miraculous happens. This one is looking like it could go under. And these sides do play a lot of unders in their contests together. So 10 of the past 11 matchups have gone under this line. So third and final pick for the round, we're going to Essendon versus the Gold Coast Suns at Marvel Stadium, Sunday Arvo. And we're taking Dyson Heppel, 20 plus disposals, and Essendon to cover a 29.5 point lead, or 29.5 point handicap. And you can pick this up at $1.80 at Bet365. Now Heppel, so he did go under against the Lions, only 15 disposals last week. But I'm going to excuse him on that performance, and I think he should cover here. He's been playing pretty well. He's been in good form. He's covered this in 12 of his past 14 games, and he just has an excellent record against the Suns. So I mean that he's never gone under 20 disposals before in his career against the Suns. So reading the stats, 21, 36, 24, 25, 27, 21, and 24 against them across his career. And the kicker for me for this one is it's played at Marvel Stadium, and he has an unbelievable record at Marvel. So he's gone under once at this venue in 4 years. So the past 18 games that he's played here, he's covered 20 plus in 17 of those. So you'd expect that he should be able to cover against a Gold Coast Suns team that do tend to give away quite a bit of disposals to the opposition. Now, the second part of this parlay, I'm a bit more iffy about, but I do lean the Bombers for the 29.5 point lead. So the reason why I like this is the Suns, they have struggled against the Bombers in the past. So it's been a few years since they've beaten them, and they hold a 2-9 record against the Bombers since their inception into the AFL. I think there was one draw in there as well. But they don't play well against the Bombers, and their head-to-head record at Marvel is 0-4 versus the Bombers. So away from Metricon, they do tend to struggle a bit in recent history, and they don't enjoy playing at Marvel Stadium. So in their past 10 trips here, their average differential versus their opponent is minus 27.3 points. So you have one team that don't generally play well at Marvel, and another team in the Bombers that haven't had the best few years, but to their credit, they're 8-4 here at Marvel Stadium in the past 2 years. So advantage Bombers when it comes to the venue. And the Suns themselves at Marvel Stadium, they've only beaten one team here by 20 or more points in their past 5 years. So we're giving the Bombers a 29.5 point start here, and I think that even though they're not playing well, they should be able to cover this against the Gold Coast Suns. And finally, just a few Sportsbet SGMs. So I'd put half a unit on this one for each. And I think generally Sportsbet has a promo where if you place a 3-leg or more multi at $2 or more odds for SGMs, you can get a bonus bet back if you get one wrong. So obviously I'm not going to include that, but it's good to know. So if any of these drop below $2, do make sure that you add an extra leg for $2 plus if you have that promo available to you. So quickly, Shuey, 20 or more disposals in every game at the MCG in the past 5 years. Tom Mitchell loves playing West Coast. He's had 40 plus in his past couple against them. Sicily, 20 plus in every game this year, and hopefully West Coast keep it competitive. Onto the Crows and the Pies. Ben Keys, 25 plus in every game this year. So Chris has been down on form, but he's still getting his time in the middle, and he likes playing the Crows, who are pretty soft for disposals. So expecting him to bounce back, given that he's still getting his time in the middle, and he's hit 20 plus in every game against them in the past 5 years. And Rory Laird to get 30 or more, and Pies to cover the 44.5 out handicap. And on to North versus Richmond. So Graham, so he's hit this 13 out of 15 this year and had 36 last time against North. So he enjoys playing them. Jaden Shaw, 20 plus in every game this year. And Jed Anderson, a bit of a wild card, but he's 20 plus in every game in the past 5 years versus the Tigers. So that one's a bit more boosted to $2.20. If you don't like that final leg, you can sub it out for maybe Trent Cotchin, 20 disposals, or another play that you like. I just didn't want to double up on Trent Cotchin since we're on him for the player prop already. And finally, a quick summary of our plays for this episode. So we're taking Trent Cotchin 20 plus disposals and Richmond to win the race to 80 for 1 unit. Christian Salem 20 plus disposals under 181.5 for the game total. And Dyson Heppel 20 disposals and Essendon to cover the 29.5 point start. So we're keeping it simple this week, 1 unit on each. As for the SGMs, it's our first time trying it out, so don't go too crazy with the staking for those ones. So just half a unit on each one for a 1.5 unit risk total for all three. And that will be us for this episode of Best Bets. So thanks for joining us again for this round 18 episode. If you like our stuff, do give us a follow on Twitter. The handle is at @SayandBallers on Twitter. So the rest of our plays will be posted there for the weekend. And as always, take care, gamble responsibly, and we'll see you for next time for round 19 of AFL Best Bets. See you then.